How to do direct sales without being annoying. Absolutely. In this video, we're going to talk about how you're going to build a massive cash flow machine and not be that annoying MLM direct salesperson. So get a pen and paper. Some of you can make a fortune. Let's go. So specifically in this video, I'm going to talk about three things. Right? I'm going to talk about how to even go find people, but then what's your contact rate and where do you put them? Then I'm going to talk about something very simple but so specific. How do you leave a proper voicemail? And then how do you script your conversation? And I'm going to teach you an amazing technique called Ask, Tell, Ask. Okay, so first of all, you just might have an annoying personality. Yep, you just might irritate the heck out of a lot of people. So we'll work on that in a different video, but you got to know if people are like moving away from you, it's something, the way you're being, or it's what you're talking about. So what I can handle in this conversation is what you're talking about and how you're approaching people. So, direct sales has gotten really beat up, right? In the 50s when Amway came out, they loaded up people's garages with a whole bunch of products and they didn't give them enough skills how to sell the products. So, a decade later, they're still selling the same soap out of their garage or using it themselves. So it got a bad rap, and they weren't the only ones, but they're the ones that took the most heat in the industry. Fast forward, there were more millionaires made in direct sales, right? Regardless of your personality, than most industries, because those who do the work get paid, which is probably why I've loved it forever. Because if you're not willing to do the work, then just stay on minimum wage and God help you. But you're not my client anyway. It's really important that you treat this like a business, right? So part of the annoyance is you're just like your friends and families nag, right? You got to get in this oil, you got to get in this soap, you got to do this thing. I don't ever talk to my friends and family about what I do. Like, if they want to come to me and they're curious, they'll come to me. But that is not my target. That's not my database. That's not who I direct. I learned that early on when I decided to be a millionaire. I remember at 17 years old, I decided when I got the book Think and Grow Rich, growing up on a farm in Nebraska, like, wow, like people think like this? And I became an immersive study. I studied, I had books, I have a biggest library, a personal development. How do you do this? How do you think like this? Because it's not what I was taught. I can promise you weren't taught this either. So you have to get committed to even want to live a successful lifestyle. I mean, most people just barely get through, much less want to be successful. So that's just part of the agenda. You've got to want it and you've got to really build it. And early on, fast forward, I became the master distributor for the cash flow game. I ditched a huge job at Chevron to go follow what I was teased, a Japanese guy in a game around. Well, thank God Robert became Robert, right? I'm talking about Robert Kiyosaki, for those of you who haven't got the memo. Rich Dad, Poor Dad put my financial conversation on the map. It put Think and Grow Rich further on the map, put Sharon Lechter on the map, who's still my financial mom. My point in sharing that is the last thing I did when I started doing the cash flow game is run around to my friends and family and ask them to come get rich with me. So I can just tell you direct sales is no different. So I just want to share, this is many conversations. I don't run around and tell my friends I'm a multimillionaire in 8 industries. So why don't you come along? That's like convincing people to do something they don't want. So my request for you is just face forward and say, I'm going to be a millionaire and I want it in direct sales and I'm going to do it, which means you're not going to your friends and family. So let's kind of go through some steps. You absolutely have to do this as a business. And I have tons of videos here on my YouTube channel. Go look for, why be incorporated, how corporations give you massive tax deductions. That's not this video's conversation, but I have a lot of evidence of why this needs to be a serious business. You take it seriously. Now, as you take it seriously, I want you to get your own website. I want you to front face as an expert. But let's talk about that contact rate and what makes a super successful business without being annoying, because that's the point of the video. So there's really old marketing information that says you should dial 3 times, you should dial 7 times. I know there's one old marketing expert, which is no longer relevant. He would say dial once a week for 4 weeks. Well, what's your contact rate? You're not going to get hold of anybody. So that's a long time ago. Let's get current. What's to today? It's 11 to 15 points of contact, and you do it within a 2-week period at the most. You're just going to bombard intense. You said you wanted the information. I'm going to call you. I'm going to text you. I'm going to email you. I'm going to call you. I'm going to text you. I'm going to email you. And I'm going to repeat that cycle until someone gets a hold of you, until they actually call back or they respond back. See, here's the thing about people. They are being bombarded. I mean, think about the data points given, especially with the pandemic. The amount of messages coming anyone's way. I mean, whether it's texting or email or however many emails you have, the amount of I'm going to say pressure and push to get someone's attention is at an all-time high. So you have to be distinctively different in your messages. I would be short, I would be long, I would follow it with a text. We did actually a fun survey just the other day on text that got a massive response. Is what would you do if you had $1 million? We just sent that as a text as one of our points of contact on a different campaign to get people to respond. And we had hundreds of people respond to, what would you do if you had $1 million? So you're gonna have to do the same thing. As we work together, and I do wanna mentor you through this, your points of contact and how you do it is very specific. And then I need you to put it in a database. So I have in my description a link to the database I use. I'm gonna give you my special as if you were a client. Normally you pay $97, you're gonna get it for $47 from me. And the reason I know a lot of you say, yeah, but they have a database for me. I don't have to do it. I know. But let's just say they don't make it. And all of a sudden, one day their doors close. Where's your database? Where's all the work that you've done for years to find the people that are interested and better buying what you have? You need to control this database. You need the names, you need the phone numbers, you need the emails. And really, you want to segment. If you're going to go out and post, hey, I'm going to use an example of, I'll just keep using my skin example, right? So I'm in a great skincare line. So people will, make comments and make comments. So if I made a post about my skincare line or the fact that I buy, using Melaleuca, my home products, which are natural and all American, if I make just a post, I'm going to put it on every channel. And then I want to see, do the people that come from TikTok or Instagram or Clubhouse or LinkedIn or YouTube, who actually becomes a buyer? So you don't want to just random post just randomly. You want points of contact. You want to know where do they come from and do they become a customer? Maybe they just buy a simple, easy $20, $30 a month thing, and maybe that's all they're going to buy. Then you got to say, well, what's your next level of follow-up? So what's your follow-up to the next level? And say, so Susie, Sam, Sally, whoever you're talking to, you've been buying this $20 item for the last 3 months. Are you ready to try a few more products? Maybe let's just do $80 for the next month or $100 or whatever that monthly auto ship is that you need, and then move them there. Maybe over the course of 3-6 months, maybe even a year, then you put them in your downline. Then you say, would you want to do this business with me? But you do not run around and be annoying and say, I'm in this new thing. I'm in this new thing. Everybody should be in this new thing. First of all, model it yourself. Like when I wanted to be a millionaire, my talk track was, I would be out with the Kiyosaki game, the Rich Dad Poor Dad brand and the cash flow game. And people would always say, so young lady, are you a millionaire? I said, I'm going to be one. Do you want to go with me or you just want to stay behind? I had a script. I had something to say about it. Same thing. If they say, oh, you're just crazy, you're in that thing. Your job isn't to go convince them. Your job is to go become amazingly successful. You'll be shocked how they're going to follow you when you're successful. So go walk your talk and do what you need to do first. Build that database, become that expert. Now, I want to talk really specifically about this voicemail. And yes, you want to leave good old-fashioned voicemails. People don't do it. The minute they hear a voicemail come on, they hang up. Absolutely the wrong answer. The conversion rate of, hey, Susie, hey, Sally, whoever you're calling. Hey, I have a great opportunity I want to talk to you about. I have a new thing, whatever you want to say, right? But you want to leave a voicemail. You say, I'm going to follow this up with an email and a text because it's really important we have a conversation. So then you follow up with an email, follow up with a text. The next day, you don't hear back from them. Hey, left you a voicemail yesterday, just leaving you again. It's really important we talk. Less is more. Follow with an email, follow with a text. So there's a pattern that you're going to want to build in as you get really consistent and get them to opt into that database that I'm going to give you access to. All right, so if you're enjoying this, I would love to know. Let's start a conversation. Get in the comments. What are you thinking? What do you want to do? Do you want to be on my team? Talk to me. I'm going to talk right back to you. I'm going to do the same thing I'm teaching you to do to you and not be annoying. So the last critical thing I want to talk about without being annoying is a very cool technique that I made up in 2002. It's called Ask, Tell, Ask. It's how you script your conversation. So you're not going to go and just go all over everybody. Everybody does that. Oh, let me tell you about my thing, and my thing does this, and my thing does this, and is my thing. That is not the conversation, right? You're an expert in whatever you're going to say. Skincare, wine, direct sales, consumer goods, whatever you're an expert in because you picked that direct sales company. So I'm an expert in consumer goods. How can I help you? And they'll say, well, I don't know. Just you're going to get used to that comment. But you want to start with an ask, right? I'm an expert. How can I help you? And they'll say, well, I don't know. A lot of my clients are tired of big box stores, the inflation prices, and they just want the convenience of things brought to your house that you use every day. Is that interesting to you? Well, yeah, the convenience part is, heck, all my food's delivered to me now, so I might as well have more stuff delivered. Well, perfect. Let me tell you. Now I'm going to tell. So I'm going to ask what you want to do in your first ask. And I teach a whole workshop about this exact principle. In fact, it's a 13-hour workshop is how detailed I teach you scripting. But for now, just to give you an idea, I want you to ask people what they want. Do not tell them that you're in all this stuff and you're going to change their life and blah, blah, blah. You say, what can I do to help you? Then you're going to tell them how what they need, their pain, you have an answer for. You're going to match them. Then you're going to ask them for the sale and to begin. So it's an ask, it's a tell, and it's an ask. It's very simple. You can do it in 3 minutes in direct sales. Anything under $25, you can do in about 3 to 5 minutes. And yes, you can make that much money that fast. I'm not a newbie at this. I've been doing this and perfected it since 2007. So for those of you that are curious, interested, and want to play, I have tickets to my marketplace, but I have one thing you need to do before. I need you to watch a really quick video. It's in the description below. It's askloral.com/beat inflation. Have a quick conversation with my team. And for doing that, for having that meeting with my team, if you want to skip the video, just say, I want a demonstration. Talk to my team. And in exchange, I'm going to give you 2 tickets to our marketplace. They're normally $97. So it's just a gift from me to you to help you beat inflation. Don't be annoying and make a heck of a lot of money. Could we do that? Please.